Hello everybody, my name is Tina. Welcome to my channel. Channel name is Tina Stitches, and this is a channel about cross stitch, and more cross stitch. It's been 3 weeks since my last video, and by the way, if you're not here for cross stitch, probably not the video for you. So, yeah, 3 weeks since my last video, and Mania's over. I did a video at the end of May, and basically I haven't done any new starts since that video. At least according to my records, which could be wrong. So, according to my records, I only worked on 4 things in the last 3 weeks, which is really odd for the new me. For the old me, that's pretty typical. I'm not a monogamous stitcher. I have lots of whips, and a whip is work in progress. Usually I used to only have 3 large whips on the go, and I would do them in a rotation. But then Flosstube. I discovered Flosstube and wanted to start all the things, and Stitch Mania happened and all the things. And so anyways, I do have a variety of things started, but this last couple weeks I focused on 4 things that I really wanted to get worked on. So let's get right into it. Where should I start? I guess I'll start with my newest one, which is from Mania this year, Jeanetter Douglas, Letters from Mom. And this was, I blame it all on Erin 2 Martini Stitcher, because when she showed it and told her idea to stitch it for each of her daughters, I had a more appreciative view of this. And I have letters from my grandma that were just in a file folder. So this is what I'm making to put my grandmother's letters in. And I bought the chart and all the called for threads. I changed out 2 of the threads. One of them because it blended in with the fabric, and the other one because I was sent the wrong floss color. So I substituted in one that I had. And here's where it is now. And forgive me if my arm starts to shake. I've been out doing yard work and using the weed whacker for an hour, so might get a shaky arm. This is finished on 3 sides. Just have to come across the bottom. And over here you can see where I first started to do the white in 1 strand. Didn't like it, so I went to 2 strands. So I still have to pick this out to go over it. The rest of it is one strand over two on the called for fabric, which is 36 count Legacy Edinburgh linen by Picture This Plus. And my lettering now stands out better than the original color. And just so close to being finished. There's the bottom row. There's a leaf up here, a little thrown in a couple of stitches. No. And then a couple of gold stitches over here, just like around this. And it will be finished. So close. And if I have time today, I might take it outside, sit in the sun, and work on that bottom border, because that's something that I can take outside and stitch without having to really focus, because it's a repeat pattern. So there's that, and I hope I have enough whitewash left. I might order another skein. Maybe not. We'll see how far I get. So that's my newest whip, which is almost finished. My next one is a whip that I started, was it last Mania? I either started it in Mania or for my birthday. I can't remember. I'll try to put it in here. Regardless, I want to get it finished for my birthday. And that's Alice by Mirabilia. And here's where I was before. And I'm going to take off the Lowry clamp, because it's just too heavy for my weak arms right now. And I don't know how I'm going to hold this. Here's where it is now. And I've worked all of this up. I believe it was about here. And this as well. Up. There was some white over here that had to be done. And I filled in her face and hair. Still, and her arms as well. I still have to do her gloves, which I'm going to do in the black silk. And the clock face, or framework, and the mirror frame, I'm still contemplating doing in Treasure Braid. So I want to get this one finished. As you can see, there's still quite a bit left. So I'm just up to, just reached that. So I still got all across there. And this mirror frame. I have about 30 days. We'll see how far I can get. And then, see, normally I start a new Alice on my birthday, which is why I'm pretty sure that's a birthday start. Birthday is in the middle of July, and it's now the middle of June. I don't have another Alice pattern picked out though. There are some very nice ones by the Russian designers that are really appealing to me. But I also do like that the Alice sampler that's in the magazine that's coming out in individual parts, and I'm thinking I might invest in those. We'll see. Now, this last one, this last whip, believe it or not, only 3 whips today, I'm going to show you is one that I started a long time ago. It's been about 4 years, and I am trying to do a minimum of 200 stitches a day. Right now, I'm able to do that in the mornings before I go to work. I get up early enough. It's very bright, very early here. It's sunrise here is, and I looked this up because it's earlier, we have more daylight here than you would think. I'm in northwestern Ontario, and we get an average of 16 hours of sunlight right now. To put that into comparison, I just picked 2 cities in the States that are popular. LA right now is getting 14.25 hours, and New York would be getting 15 average. Our sunrise here is 5 a.m. LA is 5:41, New York 5:25. Sunset here 9:14, LA 8:02, New York 8:25. So we do have a lot of daylight hours. So when I was on the early shift about it's been almost a month now since we stopped the early shift, but I worked 7:30 a.m. to 1:30, and that gave me time after work to do this stitching. But now that we switched back to 9 to 6, I've modified my stitching in that I do my 200 stitches before I go to work. And like I said, sunrise here is 5 in the morning, so I don't have to work till 9. I'm up pretty early. I just kept up with that habit, so it just gives me extra time to stitch. So I've been able to keep up with my 200 or more a day. There's a couple of days where I didn't get as much, and that could be because I was working in a confetti area or because I didn't start it soon enough. And I took it off the big frame because the weight of it. So you get to see the full thing. Now, I am talking about Beloved. by Del Sessler, Charted by Heaven and Earth. And my version has her ear changed. The modification I did myself for personal preference. And here it is. I've been working, can't quite see it because, let's see. Let's see if that works. Okay. My arm is shaking, so I hope it's steady enough for you guys. I've been working down here. My goal is row 340. So anything above 340, I've been picking it up and stitching. And I had a lot of white to do here, so I would alternate between a strand of white, a strand of dark, strand of white, strand of dark. So now I've got all the dark on this side to row 340. On her face, all the way to 340 up to here. So now I'm alternating between the dark and the light over here, bringing it down to row 340. And this is stitched 2/1 half cross on 25 count even weave. Doesn't it look good? If you're not looking, look now, because it looks great. So this is 53% finished, and I know there's a stitcher, there's a couple of other people working on it now, and they've blown past me. They have a different arrangement than I do. More stitchy time or whatever it is, but looks good. And I know somebody is like, I think down to the last couple of pages with a couple of colors. Okay, so that's all my whips. I also have a finish. It's a fully finish. This is something that I started last Mania, and I worked on it. I took it to work for a little while and worked on it on my lunch hours. Those who've heard this before know that I don't really stitch very much at work on my lunch break. I tend to just sit down for 15 minutes, eat a little bit, might be able to relax enough to pick it up and work on it, but more times than not, it just travels to work and then comes right back home. So I started it in Mania last year, and I was hoping to have it finished for this year, but I ran out of a color. So I had to wait until that color came in. It came in, I finished the stitching, and then I put it together. And this is just Miss Kitty pin cube. This was gifted to me by a friend in an exchange, and here it is. My hand is going to shake. Let's see if we can get it to focus on just that. Come on. There we go. And I did sign the bottom. I wasn't going to, and then my husband said, well, there's that blank space. I was like, damn it. I was so close to being done. So there's my initials and 2020, at least. It does say 2020, but it's kind of hard to make out. So there's that. That's it. That's my update. I don't have any haul, and as far as plans, I'm gonna work on letters from Mom and Alice and Beloved. I have so many things that I left on their Q-snaps in Mania that I was like, I want to stitch on this some more, so I'm gonna leave it on the Q-snap. I haven't picked them up again. I still want to. I really do. Okay, so I don't know where it cut off, but my battery died. Anyways, I believe I was saying that I haven't picked up anything else from Mania, but I want to, so they're still in the Q-snaps. Loosely, they're loosened up so they don't distort, but I don't have any new plans started. I do want to put something in my bag to take to work. But I don't want to take anything with over-dyed threads or fabric, just because I want to wash it if it's a work item. The traveling, the coffee, the stuff. Yeah. So that's one reason why Letters from Mom hasn't been a travel piece. I just finished watching Sunshine Stitchers with Dina as their special guest, and she was talking about the TW Sal, and I was like, I have so many TWs. I could. Teresa Wentzler's. But I must resist. I must. There's two in particular that I want to start, but must resist. Must not give in. So, I think that's where I'm going to end it, because I have no haul and no real plans except for, like I said, Alice, Beloved, letters. If I do pick up something else, I'll let you know. Until then, stay safe, keep stitching. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.